Hey everyone, this is David. It's just a quick hit on a Tuesday afternoon. Come on in, let's get right into it. Sarah Fraser and I are doing, I think I said this before, a huge analysis later this week about Karen Huger because being from the DMV, Sarah has some boots on the ground there. So we're gonna just wrap just so we don't keep talking about the same thing. We're gonna talk about Karen Huger later this week. I know everyone seems to want me to comment on that. Couple of things. I do just want to say Andy Cohen has weighed in, which I found interesting. He has broken his silence on the matter. So I just want to talk about that, and then we could do the long deep dive of Karen later this week. Andy has said that he doesn't have too much to say on the matter and that he is thinking of her. He is thinking of Karen Huger, and he thinks of Karen Huger every day. So every day, Mr. Cohen thinks of Karen Huger, and it's a lot. And he is so sad about this, so sad. And he said so sad many times. He's so sad about how this played out, and that he is a huge Karen Huger fan. And that drunk driving is no joke. So thank you for that, Andy. And this is bad. And he understands why the judge was so tough on her. Well, oh, and he said that it was very hard to hear that this is her fourth offense. And he's not shocked that the judge was so tough on her. And he's shocked about what he heard at the reunion from Jizzy Jiz, from Miss Giselle, that Karen was offered a plea deal. This is all from Giselle. Giselle, I hope this is true. Um, that she was offered a plea deal for 6 months at home or 2 months in jail. I would probably, well, Sarah Fraser feels that, I mean, I do love staying home, so I guess I would take the 6 months at home, but the 2 months in jail, would that really be that hard? I mean, it's 60 days, but then I wouldn't be able to do this podcast. So, I can't live without the podcast. So I guess, I can't live without all of you. So I guess I would take the 6 months at home, and I love staying home anyway. You know, I have some questions. There's the 6 months at home, like, can you be on social media? Can you have your phone? Can you do the podcast? And can you have visitors? Can people come over? Yeah, I would definitely take the 6 months at home. But Andy is shocked. What shocks him the most is not the four DUIs, is not any of this, but that Giselle has revealed that she was offered the plea deal, and he wants to know who are her lawyers that advised her to go to trial when there was body cam footage like that. I mean, it's just so sad. That's what he says. Well, Andy, I don't think there are lawyers that advised her to go to trial. I will kind of die on this hill of, when you are the client, your lawyers can recommend lots of things for you, but you as the client, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, have the final say. And I don't believe that they did recommend for her to go to trial. I believe that's why she fired her first set of lawyers, and they probably said, take the damn plea deal. And I think it was her arrogance and her narcissism. I do think this is narcissism at its best, and not thinking that she had done anything wrong. So I disagree with Andy there. I don't think that this was her. This was lawyers. I think it was her, and that she decided that we're not taking the 6 months plea deal. I mean, God forbid she stays home. She wouldn't have been able to film the show. I really think this all comes back to the show. And she's like, well, if I'm home for 6 months, I can't film the show. Mind you, the show could have waited 2 months if they wanted to keep you anyway. Moving on. Did you all see the pictures of Jen Shah, of Miss Shah? Jen Shaw's pictures have surfaced of Jen Shah and Elizabeth Holmes in jail working out. They're not in a local jail like Karen is going to be. Jail, prison. I use the two terms interchangeably. Get used to it. But they're thriving over there. Jen Shah is looking good. She's dropped a few pounds. She is working out. No Botox, but she is looking good. And she is all smiles as she passes Elizabeth Holmes in the courtyard. So, as I said, I don't know when I said it on what show, Jen Shah thriving in jail. Teresa, seems she thrived in jail. Martha Stewart thrived in jail. I'll circle back and say it again. Throw Erica Jane in jail. That bitch would run the prison within 1 hour. Within 1 hour, everybody would be patting the damn puss. Erica Jane would run the damn cell block. Karen, I don't know. But more on that later this week. There's Andy's reactions. Hello to Jen Shah. You'll be out in no time. I think Jen Shah's time behind bars is going to be pushed up yet once again. Before we get into some Beverly Hills stuff, God, everyone's speaking on New Jersey still. Danielle Cabral is doing interviews. Jackie Goldschneider is doing interviews. You know what the difference is? And I can't even fault the animal across the river, Teresa. Teresa and Melissa speaking on the show to me seems less desperate and pathetic because they both have podcasts. Now, there's a lot of other things they can talk about, but it doesn't shock me. And they do talk in their defense. I mean, I really see in their defense, Teresa does talk about other things. She has guests, and I mean, not that I've ever listened, nor will I, but I have eyes and I have ears, so people send me things. And Melissa talks about other things, so it's not like they're constantly talking about that. I find Melissa and Teresa talking about it less than like Jackie and Cabral because you're not making any money off this. So what do you? I mean, I understand you get calls to do the interviews, but I don't know. It's a year, guys. We still got a year here, so you gotta find some way to get over it. It's what do they say? What's that saying that you it takes you half the time of being with someone. Like when there's a breakup, if you date someone for a year, it should take you 6 months. If you date someone for 10 years, well, I guess it's going to take you 5 years to get over it, which is probably true. If it ended for Teresa or Melissa, it probably would take them 5 years to get over. I got to say, Melissa, to me, I don't got no horse in this race. Melissa seems to be one of the most thriving without the show. She seems to be thriving and it doesn't come across to me as desperate. I don't know why. But some she just talks about some people just can't get off their high horses. They can't accept change or they can't invite new people in. She's talking about when she was on the show and obviously she's talking about Teresa and not even her majority of the show behind Teresa's back, but when we hire new cast members and she's saying they're almost insecure to have the change because then it means that you're not the head honcho anymore. And it's like, no, that's not how we move forward. She's saying how we keep things interesting is to get new cast members. I agree. That's how we keep this story moving. It can't be the same things, 10 things over and over, 10 times. Someone banged my head against the wall. So over it. She's kind of being funny here, Melissa. I mean, she really is. Then she says about Jennifer Aiden and Jersey Mike's that she told us from day one.